an unnecessary allegation about the minister's actions and got a pretty political response from the minister. Again, that was in the minister's hands, the member's hands, that he asked that kind of question. And I will make sure where members, if the member had put down on notice the question that where he wanted those dates, I'd made sure he got the answer. But he didn't, and that limits my ability. We cannot judge the quality of an answer in this House, but I'll do my best to make sure the member gets an answer to questions when they're put down. Question number 7. Point of order, the Honourable Trevor Mallard.
Mr. Speaker,
Order.
Mr. Speaker, during the last answer of the Minister, and I know I waited for my colleague to have his one, there was a reference to my colleague as being the agent of a particular news organisation, not a nice description either, by the Minister. I thought that in the end you were going to rule that one out, and I think it should be. I think it was offensive, and I asked for that to be withdrawn and apologised for.
Well, order. The difficulty I have as Speaker is with the noise going on, I didn't hear what the Minister said, and I can't rule if I can't hear. Order. Now, look, the House is wearing my patience today. We will not waste further time at all. If the member is that sensitive, the opposition will be more quiet so I can hear what ministers are saying, and it applies on the other side as well. I'm a little tired of the disrespect to the House on both sides. We're now moving on to question number 7, Kanwaljit Singh. Point of order, the Honourable Trevor Mallard.
Mr. Speaker, we do have a real problem if offensive remarks are made. If I have to write it down and show you what it was, I will. You can't hear it, and the Minister gets away with it.
Order, we won't waste further time on this. I asked the member to sit down. I'll ask the Honourable Judith Collins, did she make an offensive remark?
Well, Mr.
And
Speaker,
I just want her to tell the House.
I don't think
order.
It's offensive.
The Minister doesn't think it was offensive.
No, and anyway...
Order, that's sufficient. I've asked the Minister whether she made an offensive remark. Now, she does not believe she made an offensive remark. The member involved did not appear to have taken offence. I, as Speaker, did not hear it, and that's where the matter lies. Question number... Point of order, the Honourable Prime Minister.
Speaker, the member opposite may well make a very genuine point. If offence is taken, of course, a member should apologise for that. I would just make one point, though, Mr. Speaker, and that is that constantly on this side of the House, when either myself or other members near me are answering questions, we are subject to Mr. Mallard making comments constantly using the word, for instance, liar. Now, he did that on numerous occasions through questions 1, 2 and 3 today. Now, if Mr. Mallard is such a sensitive little daffodil as he's proposing that he is, that's totally fine, but I'd ask him to be consistent with his own comments, sir.
Order. No, I do not need to hear further on this. The member will resume his seat right now. I apologise to the House that as Speaker I allowed that situation to go on. What the Prime Minister says is absolutely correct and it's intolerable. Now, I've tolerated that from the Honourable Trevor Mallard day after day, and I do not intend to do it anymore. I want this matter now to be treated that both sides of the House have been offended, and I will not take any further points of order on this issue. I do remind members, though, henceforth, if I hear members alleging other sides of the House to be lying or liars, that if the member is disputing that I can absolutely assure him, if he's not aware that what he's saying, then let's deal with that separately. But I will not consider this matter any further now. We'll be going on to question number 7, Kanwaljit Singh Bakshi.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Point of order. I warn the member, I have ruled on this matter and the member risks... Anyhow, point of order. It is a point of order that's been raised. The Honourable Chris Carter.
Mr. Speaker, I'm concerned about my colleague's reputation. I have to confess, Mr. Speaker, it was I who said it and not Mr. Mallard, and I withdraw and apologise.
Order. Now, look, I said I have heard the Honourable Trevor Mallard make those accusations across the House day after day on several questions a day. And I have tolerated, and it's my fault, and I apologise to the House. I believe it is what has perhaps led to more disorder, and it's my fault as Speaker, and I will clamp down on that. Now, we will be moving on. Kanwaljit Singh.
Mr. Speaker, I am going to leave that
order.
Now, but I refuse to accept that I called the Prime Minister a liar today because I did not.
Order. Order. The member will be leaving the House right now because he has disputed my ruling, and he will leave. And he will not comment as he goes, or I will be naming the member. Question number 7. Kanwaljit Singh. Point of order. The Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
Mr. Speaker, I seek leave to table a document showing that inequality decreased for the only time in 25 years under the last term of the Labor government.
Order. The member hasn't with the source of the document.
It's the social report from 2009, Mr. Speaker.
Social report of?
It's the social report, the New Zealand publication, I think, from the Department of Social Development.
Social Development. Leave sought to table that document. Is there any objection? There is no objection. Question number 7. Kanwaljit Singh Bakshi.
Mr. Speaker, my question is to Minister